I'm tracking a snowstorm across the Deep South and show you the impacts it may have on parts of southeastern Kentucky. That's just ahead.
Last week's snowstorm could lead to changes in how Lexington sidewalks and side streets are cleared of snow. What Urban County Council members told us tonight.
What Laurel County firefighters are doing to help a soldier who lost his home in a fire.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. It has been a few days since we saw any wintry weather, but it looks like our break will soon be ending. More snow is expected to move into parts of Kentucky by late tomorrow night.
So, how much snow could we see? We begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He's tracking it all and our chances for snow. Chris.
Sam and Amber, as is often the case around here, it's all about three things: location, location, and oh, by the way, location. Farther south and southeast that you live, the better the chance of picking up some accumulating snows into tomorrow night and Thursday morning. Here's a look at live First Alert Defenders showing our storm system coming together into Texas. It is going to snow deep into the heart of Texas, into parts of Louisiana, and right across sections of the Deep South over the next 24 hours. Wildcat fans, Starkville, Mississippi, we'll get in on some snow as we go into the next 24 hours. That storm track is being pushed way to the south, right along the Gulf Coast. That means the deeper moisture with this will stay to the south of the Bluegrass State. That storm continues to develop and will arrive in here Wednesday night and Thursday morning with the best chance for light snow into southern and eastern Kentucky. We'll see a sharp cutoff. Majority of northern and western parts of the area not going to see very much at all from this, but the farther southeast that we go, the greater the potential on picking up on a couple of inches of snow. So if you're watching us right now from, let's say, London, Corbin, Williamsburg, over into Hazard and Pikeville, you have the best chance of putting some light snow on the ground as we go into tomorrow night and for your Thursday morning. So those snow chances on the increase for Wednesday night. Guys, another blast of Arctic air will follow that up to start the weekend, and I've got a ugly look to that 7-day forecast as we roll into the first few days of March in about 15 minutes from now.
Chris, thank you. More than a week after a winter storm dumped heavy snow on Lexington, you can still see the effects around the city. Many sidewalks and some side streets are still covered in snow.
You can see the snow still on the ground from this eyewitness picture shot over Lexington today. Now, many Urban County Council members say it's time to think about changing the city's snow removal plan. So they plan to discuss it soon. Kristen Kennedy has our top story at 11.
Taking a look at the city's snow removal plan wasn't on council's agenda Tuesday, but because of the record-setting snowfall last week, council members decided reviewing that old plan deserved to be a priority.
The plan is like 30 years old.
11th District Council member Peggy Henson is ready to give the city's snow removal plan a much-needed update.
The current plan we have may be adequate for just a few inches. But when you look at getting a foot of snow and people can't get out of their neighborhoods, and ice and rain and cold temperatures, all of that plays a factor.
If you follow the current plan, anyone who hasn't cleared off their sidewalks yet should be fined daily, anywhere between $5 and $100. 3rd District Council member Jake Gibbs represents a lot of downtown home and business owners.
I think it's unconscionable for a business that's open not to have their walk cleared. It makes me not want to go to their business.
It's not the time that you want to go out and start fining people when everybody's dealing with snow removal, but it's also very important that we stay safe in our neighborhoods.
4th District Susan Lamb suggested Tuesday that council members encourage their neighbors to start shoveling.
People walk their dogs and people still are trying to get out and take their children for walks.
Council members will review the current snow removal plan in a future work session. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
In addition to approving a motion to review the city's snow removal plan, council members also approved additional funds to purchase more salt and pay for more help if needed this winter.
Investigators believe a woman found dead in Clay County may have suffered from hypothermia. The Clay County Sheriff's Office says 34-year-old Tracy Beth Alvey was reported missing yesterday. Investigators say they found her body this afternoon off Wagon Fork Road. Deputies say an autopsy has been scheduled, but at this point, they think hypothermia caused her death.
Today, Governor Beshear said a statewide state of emergency would continue as long as it was needed. The governor issued it during last Monday's snowstorm. While visiting the Kentucky Emergency Operations Center today, he said the biggest problem right now is water shortages in 14 counties. The governor extended the order against price gouging for another week, along with an order that allows pharmacies to refill many medicines without a doctor's prescription. Hundreds of people in Knox County are among those still without water. Today, they received bottled water from the health department and the Red Cross. County leaders say a series of setbacks kept delaying repairs.
The water company has had multiple line breaks, and it's been in an area where it's been covered with water, with flood water, and as a result of that, it's been inaccessible to where they could repair them up until today.
In Estill County, emergency managers say 3,200 people are now without water. They're also receiving bottled water. And in Clark County, Winchester Municipal Utilities has issued a mandatory water conservation order for all customers.
Lexington waste management workers set a record yesterday, the first day of garbage collection since last Monday's storm. City leaders say those workers collected 1.6 million pounds of garbage yesterday alone, and that's a record for one day. City leaders say on an average day, workers collect 600,000 pounds of garbage. Streets and roads workers are helping out by clearing paths on snow-covered streets for those garbage trucks. Dozens of school districts are closed or delayed tomorrow. Check the bottom of your screen for the latest. You'll find a complete list on our website on WKYT.com.
Now to a breaking national story that we're tracking tonight. A Texas jury has convicted the man accused of killing American sniper author Chris Kyle and one of Kyle's friends. The jury found Eddie Ray Routh guilty after just a few hours of deliberations. In closing arguments tonight, the defense claimed that Routh was not legally sane at the time of the 2013 shooting. Routh, a former Marine, will receive an automatic life sentence because prosecutors did not seek the death penalty. We are tracking a crime alert in Lexington tonight. Police say two men robbed a store at gunpoint. It happened just after 7:30 tonight at the Dollar General on Bryan Station Road. Police say two men wearing masks pointed a gun at the clerk. They say the men then grabbed money from the cash register and ran off. So far, police have not been able to find the robbers.
A strange threat led to some schools around Danville being locked down today. Danville police say an employee from Enterprise Car Rental in St. Louis said someone called the office claiming he was going to shoot a bus in Danville filled with children unless he received a $5,000 ransom. As a precaution, police locked down the schools until everyone was accounted for.
It's really scary, and it's something that you got to take serious.
Enterprise got the phone number of the person who made the threat. Police say they traced it to a 15-year-old Boyle County High School student. He's been charged with terroristic threatening. Police say there was no specific connection to Enterprise in St. Louis. They say the boy called an 800 number and was routed there. A tough loss for a soldier from Laurel County. A fire destroyed his family's home.
So now Laurel County firefighters are rallying around him and making sure he gets back on his feet. Jordan Valines has the story new at 11.
Just a few short days after returning home from the military, one Laurel County man's home catches fire and is now considered a total loss. And one of the firefighters that responded to the scene that night says the short interaction that he had with the fire victim is one that he'll never forget. Sometimes it takes a stranger.
I didn't actually know that he was in the military until afterwards.
To open our eyes.
He just broke down and started crying.
Make us see things we may have missed otherwise.
I had never honestly realized, I guess, as long as I've been a firefighter, exactly how much of an impact we actually have on people.
While fighting a fire on Waterwork Road, it was Cody Rourke who was impacted.
It was a life changer.
By a man he'd never met.
And he thanked just about everybody there, I do believe. And I thanked him for his service.
A simple showing of thanks from the man who just returned home after serving our country.
He was looking up to us when we look up to people like him and all the military.
The simple gesture
is something you carry with you the rest of your life.
Leaving a lasting impact and prompting Rourke to pay the appreciation forward by helping the man and his family.
It's our job, and it will be my job, to make sure these people will get what they need in their time of need.
Firefighters tell us they do believe the man who is living in this home is now staying with family members in the area. In Laurel County, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
The Laurel County Fire Department is currently accepting donations for that family.
Tonight, the driver of a truck police say caused a train crash in California has been arrested. Investigators say that he left his commercial truck on the tracks and walked off.
Police say the 54-year-old driver is being charged with felony hit and run. A commuter train slammed into the truck this morning in the suburbs of Los Angeles. Police say 28 people were injured, 4 of them critically. Police say they found the driver of the truck wandering a few miles away from the crash. They're still not sure why his truck was on the tracks. A Rowan County man has been charged with murder 4 months after a deadly crash. State police say they arrested Dale Dehart today after the Rowan County grand jury indicted him. In October, police say Dehart lost control on a curve and hit a tree on Big Perry Road. Police say a passenger in the car, 50-year-old Marilyn Russell, was airlifted to UK hospital but later died. Police have not said what they think led to the crash.
A mudslide in Floyd County has forced a family from their home. It happened over the weekend near Prestonsburg. The family says they woke up to the sound of a tree coming through their living room. They were able to make it out safely, but the family says much of the home has been damaged.
I was going crazy. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the feeling. What I wanted to do was get my wife out of the house.
No other homes were damaged by the mudslide. The family's still trying to figure out how much it will cost to repair their home.
The State House has passed a bill designed to help smaller Kentucky breweries. The bill would not allow brewers to also own distributors. If it became law, Anheuser-Busch would have to sell 2 companies in Louisville and Owensboro that distribute alcohol. Smaller breweries are worried that Anheuser-Busch would only market its own products to distributors. The bill now heads to the Senate.
A northern Kentucky man is back home from his amazing adventure, and tomorrow millions of people will watch as he races around the world for $1 million prize. Kurt Jordan Belcher is a contestant on the new season of The Amazing Race. The 24-year-old pageant consultant from Butler in Pendleton County went looking for adventure and love, and he and Bergen Olson from California are one of 5 blind dating teams competing against 6 dating couples on the hit reality TV show.
So I'm thinking, okay, blind dating on TV, sure, I'll do that. But then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, traveling around the world with somebody you've never met before. Now, that's crazy.
The Amazing Race premieres tomorrow night at 9:30 right here on WKYT.
Tonight, some young aspiring film directors were honored here in Lexington. The Oscar-style awards program honors Central Kentucky high school students who enter short videos in the Keep It Real video contest. Students are asked to submit videos to help educate young people about the dangers of underage drinking, smoking, and drug use. 88 videos were submitted this year. Tonight's top winning video will air here on WKYT and area cinemas. Keep It Real is sponsored by several community groups. I've lost count of how many years I've been there to hand out the awards. Every year they get so much better and so creative.
Great opportunity for them.
Absolutely.